Hi and welcome back to the channel. So I've got a very special video today with Ladies European Tour winner Annabel Dimmock, and we're discussing how she plays shots around the greens, because she goes left below right, which I think for some of you might be the way to go if you get a little bit too flippy. So we discuss how you can use the left below right action for the greenside chip, but also when it changes, when you need to hit the higher shot. So quite an interesting short game video. I hope it helps your game. We filmed this at the Grove because we were there for the TaylorMade launch of their new tour truck, which is absolutely spectacular. Hasn't actually gone on the road yet, so we get to get inside that there before the likes of Rory McIlroy get inside. So that was quite special as well. But hopefully you'll enjoy the video and take something from it. Right, it's fantastic to be here with Annabel Dimmock.
How are you, Dan?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good. We're here, aren't we, with the TaylorMade truck, which is pretty cool.
We saw the launch of a new TaylorMade tour truck, which is seriously impressive, and hopefully you'll get a chance to get in there plenty of times over the next year or so.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Get a couple of bits. I do always like walking on there. Do you know what I mean? Going in there.
Yeah.
I like looking in Tiger's drawer and seeing, oh, what's he up to? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Now we're going to talk about short game, and we had a week playing together up at Glen Eagles.
Yeah.
Just before you actually won on tour last year, so congratulations for that.
Thank you, Dan.
And I was impressed with your game that week. I thought your short game was solid. I thought your holding out was okay. And I thought you hit the ball brilliantly. But we're going to talk about short game in particular, because one thing I did notice up there, for these low basic chip shots, which we'll start with, is you went left below right.
Yeah.
Which I actually teach as a drill to a lot of golfers who tend to get sort of quite flippy, and they tend to over-release the club. And also I teach as a drill because I do think it lets your shoulders into a nice level position as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of golfers go this way. So tell me about why you chip left below right. Was it a drill that you thought, well, I'm actually quite good at drill, let's go with it? Or just tell us the history behind it.
I think a lot of people started out and go cat-handed because of it started as a drill. For me, I lacked in confidence a little bit. You start seeing some bad chips on the course and it's easy to lose your confidence with it, let's be real. And I think for me, I did it, practicing around the greens, and then I started to find that my strikes were so much more consistent, and I could walk on the golf course and use it on my bog standard chip and not have any worry about, okay, we need to make sure we're hitting the ball here.
So before, were you getting some heavy strikes and some thin strikes?
Yeah, I was getting both. I was just getting a bit of a mixed bag, and I just found that going cat-handed. Also, do you know what I found as well is my rhythm on my chipping was too fast. And where you go cat-handed, it kind of makes you slow down that tiny bit.
Sense. Because you feel like it's led more from here, right?
Exactly. I feel like I now use my body a lot better in chipping, whereas before, obviously, which is important, in some chip shots, the standard ones, I guess. So yeah, and to be honest, it helps me with my other, like you're saying, when I go back to my normal chips, because there is a lot of chips that aren't suitable for cat-handed.
And I want to get into that as well. Like because you don't use it everywhere. Someone like Matt Fitzpatrick sort of uses it everywhere. Which I think can be quite challenging. I mean, he's an unbelievably talented golfer. But I'd be quite nice to get across in this video where you use it and where you don't use it. I think that'd be quite useful for golfers who maybe, who want to use it, but they don't know where they can and where they can't.
How exactly do you use it and what's right and what's wrong?
And confidence is such a big thing in short game, isn't it? As soon as you get the strike, that's the big thing. Right, and we've got some tightish sandy lies here, so this will test
testing me.
You've got your 58. We've got that. I mean, it's downhill. It's quite a bit of green to work with. It's quick down. We'll go for that right-hand pin, okay? So
I'll just knock a few chips away, okay? You've got me on a nice downhill lie as well, Dan.
That's it. We've got this in there.
Oh.
Okay, that's your loosener.
Not much, right. That one's gone.
Nice, very good. Very good. So just set up the ball there. Do you get any bad ones? I mean, obviously that first one wasn't great. We'll put that down to just learning the surface. But do you get any bad shots that you get that?
I get a lot of toe strikes, which I know isn't the end of the world, but some of them I do get.
That can change the spin and how much is going to run out, just the feel aspect.
On my cat-handed chipping, I definitely lack spin, which I know is generally gonna be the case. But
Yeah.
when I strike it too much out the toe, it's I do put a funny strike on it, and sometimes it will kick left, which I hate. If you're trying to hole a short chip,
Yeah, which you should
that's
be,
quite
yeah.
a big
Yeah.
difference.
So if you set up the ball,
Yeah.
I'll point out what I really like about your setup.
Yeah.
I love the stance. You see how you got the right foot square and
Yeah.
that left foot is flared out.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that really helps you and players rotate through the
Yeah.
ball a lot better.
Yeah.
And I like as well, when you do put the left hand low, you can see here how Annabelle's shoulders are really parallel to the ground. If you go right below left just for a second,
Yeah, it does.
you see how it lowers the shoulder.
Yeah.
So it can be very hard. So this is I think the key benefit here is getting the shoulders level. And then of course the zip on your jacket, your sternum bone here, is just in front of the ball, which is establishing a low point position. And I think that's why you're getting success with that. So your basics there are pretty good. There's only one thing I would add, if I may.
Yeah.
I think sometimes your hands drop quite low. I don't know if that's something you work on. So I would just raise that handle a bit, and then that's just going to take the heel off the ground a little bit more. Yeah, that's nice.
That was definitely a cleaner strike then.
Yeah, that's it. So I would just, all I'd say, I think you're great. I think your basics are great. I'd just come in like maybe half an inch closer and raise the handle up a little bit more. And that is also just going to help your swing playing on a straight line back. Okay,
Yeah,
when you get low hands, it's easy to flip it in. Nice.
I don't know why I'm thinking that's going to kick left.
I think actually, I actually think it's just outside left.
It goes the other way, yeah. So a touch closer to it, a hand slightly.
I would get closer and just feel like this is going to be a little bit more upright.
There?
Yeah. Because I noticed on the first couple, the reason you hit that one first, I know that was only a practice shot,
in there
and that brings the low point back.
Okay.
So if you get the handle up a little bit more, that's going to get you a little bit more this way in the backswing.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's good. And you can see how Annabelle's release is a number one release. So you can see how just after the ball, how the butt of the grip is pointing at the left hip. So it's not breaking down. And I think this is the beauty of this technique with a left hand low.
It's very hard to do that. I'm not.
Exactly, yeah. Good. Yeah, it just wants to go to the right, doesn't it?
I know, it's very
Go on,
strange.
get brave. Start it left.
I know.
Come in nice and close, handle high. It's good, really good there. Nice, well done. There we go. Very good.
That's better.
So the beauty of this technique, if you're a golfer who gets quite flippy, because mentally a lot of players, I'm sure you've seen this in the params, when you play Annabelle, the golfer wants to try and help it in the air.
Yeah.
And then the leading edge is coming up.
Yeah.
The beauty about left below right is the leading edge will stay lower for longer through the shot.
Yeah.
And that's what you do.
But then, it's so funny because it's like that is the case. And then I think you watch the golf, and when these best players in the world are releasing it that way, people get very confused, you know what I mean? Thinking that that's them helping it up, but it's not, they're releasing.
Yeah, but they're not, you've got to release the club. If you want to hit a different shot, which we'll do in a minute, the club has to release more.
Yeah.
Okay, which we'll look at.
But this one,
It's important you understand why you're doing the technique for the shot in hand.
Yeah.
When you've got green to work with like this, we want to keep the leading edge down lower.
There, is that close enough?
Yeah. Does that feel different, by the way?
Very different.
I mean, it looks good. That's a better strike.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what is going on in my brain. I cannot start that left.
Yeah. You see that shadow on that first flag? I think you want to be left edge of that.
Yeah, let me go behind and have a little look.
What potato-made ball do you use, by the way?
I'm TPX.
Are you?
I've changed. I was TP5, and then I've recently gone to X. What are these? These are X's, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you?
I've done the same. I've just gone to X, actually. Just because the distance, I think, is noticeable.
Yeah.
And I don't think the trade-off around the greens is that much in terms of feel.
Well, I still get a great spin with the X's, enough.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's just...
What have you found with your irons? Like half a club longer with an X?
Just short of half a club.
Yeah.
But I find now with these wedges, and where obviously I have new wedges quite a lot for like chipping around the greens, If you're on tour and you're hitting a full wedge shot, if you haven't got the X, it's too much.
It's tripping back too much.
You can't control it.
Yeah, interesting, yeah.
It's, especially if you got into wind, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, that one got a little bit, tried to help it
If I give one other little thing, if I may, right? Your swing play now is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the best players in the world playing a low chip and run shot, they tend to have a slightly longer backswing and then a slightly shorter follow through.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you're getting, like that one there, I could feel the ball went up the face.
Yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah.
So I would say, can you get your follow through just working a little bit shorter there?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I kind of do that in my putting, you know, so I suppose...
Just a bit more sort of a nip, if you like, into that follow through, so it's a little shorter after the ball.
Oh, no.
Okay, there you go.
I feel like I'm pushing it out, you know. I need to get more left on it. But I suppose if I'm closer to it and I'm getting straighter, now I need to kind of like...
Yeah, you can still go around the corner though. Right, so you shouldn't hit my club here. That's it. So shorter finish, round the corner after the ball. That's it. So you've got to feel straighter back, round the corner, shorter finish. Okay, I'll leave that club there. You see the ball?
Yeah.
Right, that's better.
Yeah, that's a lot
See, it's going
strike.
forward a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm kind of pushing it.
Yeah. I would say, do you use a launch monitor at all when you chip?
No.
Well, it's not a must. I mean, you could do it really simply. You could put like 2 rods and some string across.
Yeah.
But I think you've got to get, I'll just watch you hit, I don't know, 10, 15 shots there. I wouldn't say your launch window is like as consistent, I think it could be.
No, it's not, yeah.
And the problem then is if you're not hitting that launch window consistently, your brain doesn't quite work out what it's going to do at the other end enough.
Yeah.
Because I'm a great believer in getting the spin right, getting the flight right, and that gives you the feel. It just kind of happens. So I think you working on this better takeaway there, and then that shorter finish is going to get you hitting that lower window a bit more.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So just try and what I'm saying about the launch monitor, it would just be a nice way to check your launch angle.
Yeah, I mean, surely that's got to, if I can get that consistent and then my landing spot's consistent, like I'm going to pick the right shot more times.
Totally, yeah. And you're going to have less 5-6 footers to hold and you're going to be stoned dead a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be less grey hairs that I'm picking out.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Right, shorter finish, just round the corner, hit it lower. Still a bit lower than that, yeah?
Yeah, wasn't quite as good as the last.
It's popping a bit, isn't it? More?
And it still needs to go more left.
Yeah. When you go more left, this shoulder will cover the ball better, you see?
Okay.
Right, that's better. You feel more on top of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I think when you said about that shoulder covering the ball.
Well, the thing is as well, the great thing about golf is, right, I can say the same thing 15 different ways.
Yeah.
And you've got to find
One
the
of
thing that
them's
works
gonna-
best.
yeah,
Yeah.
one
You can
of
think
them's
swing
gonna work.
left or you can think cover the shoulder.
Yeah.
But
That was heavy, but it was the right
it's good. One more.
shot.
Nice and close. Take it back. Nip the follow through. Keep the lean edge down. Cover it a little more.
No. That's terrible.
Let me get you into this 54. Flipping 54. Good. Don't make life too difficult for you. You know, sometimes off these sandy lies down, sometimes a 54 is a better shot as well, particularly when you've got green to work with.
I've never understood that though. Why?
Yeah. In terms of what, sorry, there?
Like, why is it easier when I pull out a 54 sometimes? I know, obviously, the quicker you get it on the ground, but like, strike-wise, it's easier. Is that because it's less bounce on this side?
Yeah, the sole. See the difference in the sole? I mean, this is a great club, but it's a very low bounce club, isn't it? And it's got a very sharp angle. See this at the front?
I know, but when I'm pushing my hands forward, I thought that counts as that out.
Yeah, but it makes it sharper. So the more you push it forward this way,
yeah.
it's getting this way. Now, that's fine, but you've got to make sure you get the handle working correctly through the ball. The beauty about this, if you look at the sole on this, look, you see it's a little more rounded. So it's a little friendlier.
Yeah.
Particularly when it's like this. I mean, they've obviously top dressed this fairly recently, right? So the ground's sort of given way a little bit. So I would want to use a little bit less loft with a slightly friendlier, sort of more rounded sole. And you're also hitting your launch window better because, I mean, your technique's got a lot better as well with the right club in your hand.
Yeah, it's funny that.
Yeah, good. Honestly, if I was caddying for you, I wouldn't really want you getting a 58 out here.
No,
you can see, I mean, look.
On the course, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
That if I got a 58, I think my caddy would shoot me.
Yeah.
And rightly so, you know.
Right to do so.
I mean, I'd probably almost be tempted to putt it really if it was
Yeah,
slightly
but
better.
Technique here, but setup's good there. Playing is good. Nip, that's a lot better, Annabelle. Yeah, really good.
I know, but that's what I mean. It's something mental, you know. Once you feel comfortable with something in your hand, it's a mad game.
Yeah.
And once you know
Yeah.
what you're doing. Thank God you're a golfer, Dan, huh?
Good. Right, come on. I think
I don't know.
you could just squeeze one in. I think.
It?
Yeah, I reckon you can
I
just
can
kiss
maybe
that
play
first
a bit
one.
of
Yeah.
snooker.
Good.
Hit it, turn.
Right,
Oh,
out of interest, let's go back to the 58.
Right.
But I do think as well, if you're working on something, go to a club that helps you find it, and then go back to another club and see if you can just apply the same feel you just had on the last 3 or 4, which were all really good. See, but if I do, you hold it.
But,
Not quite. So, a little bit of I think the lesson there is you've got some technical bits just you can think about.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty good, but I would get you a little bit higher there and just feel like your follow through is a little bit more left and down.
Yeah.
Keeping that leading edge down, but club selection as well. Understand that is great. I think for a lot of the tour conditions you play at, where it's very tight, very firm surfaces, that's a great club.
Yeah.
But off these kind of sandy lines, I think this is a bit friendlier.
100%.
So let's talk about now a shot where we maybe can't use that, so we'll get a bit less green to work.
Yeah.
All right, we'll head over there. Right, we are here. We've got a bunker to go over.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know if you're going for that left-hand pin, in terms of grip change, are you making one here? I reckon
if I had tall greens, I would be, yeah. Purely because I need to get a spin.
Yeah.
And like the cat-handed is great for, you know, feeling consistent strike, this and that. It's a lot easier, I find, to get all that sort of stuff. But the only thing it will have less spin than if your hands were the other way around.
Interesting. So do you think it can give you the desired flight, or is it more of a spin?
I think the flight, you can't get quite as high flight either.
The reason that, Annabelle, would you say it's because you're setting the wrist in this way, which flexes down?
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to release it this way.
Yeah, you're kind of de-lofting the club, aren't you, right?
Yeah. Can I just, out of interest, before we go to the standard grip then, let's see you play it left below, and let's just see how you would attempt this.
So I would open my stance up a bit and play it further forward.
Yeah.
I'd put weight on my left foot, but for me here to try and get the flight up, I would try not to have it that way. I'd try to knock it back this way.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good job, but...
See, today I've obviously got away with it, but...
Yeah. Mr. Green, though. Right, let's see if we can hit it higher then. So let's show me what you would do now, because now you were looking for, like you said earlier, more release of the club. So you want the club to swing a little bit more and the club to slide a bit more.
Yeah.
So you go to your normal grip now, then the left wrist can extend better through the ball. Yep.
So for me, it always takes a couple of swings because I'm so used to doing that. I have to get the feeling of it. You know, some people walk in and just do it. I'm not one of them people that can do that.
I mean, the height difference between those two shots
is uncanny,
just incredible, and that's pretty much stone dead, that one. Great shot.
Thank you.
That first one just came out, if we're talking like smash factors, without getting too technical, that first one would have been something like 1.1. 1.1, that one came out at probably 0.98, you know, like much more softer.
You want me to play another one?
Yeah.
I'd ideally like to catch it a little bit shallower than that. I know it's obviously soft ground and stuff. But ideally I would like to take less of a divot than that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Do a nice way of shallowing it for you.
Yeah.
See, these divots are getting quite deep as they're getting longer.
Yeah.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Ground condition plays a huge part, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of divots. But if you set up to it, so if you look at your stance, it's quite narrow there.
Yeah.
I would, if you want to shot, just try this. Go wider.
Yeah.
Much wider with the right foot. And actually just drop the right foot behind you a bit.
Yeah.
Almost a bit of a draw.
Trying to get it
yeah.
more from
Well, don't think too much now. Just sort of play your normal shot from there. How did that feel?
Yeah, better. It was definitely shallower.
Came out softer. Yeah. So you'll find a lot of players are doing that now. They're just dropping that foot back, and that allows you a couple of things. When you drop the foot back, it gets you rotating more here. And when you're sort of slightly open and narrow, it wants to get using your hands and arms a bit too much that way.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense. So you can go wider, drop it back, and then you can turn and release it this way.
That's kind of how I play my bunker shots.
Yeah. Right.
I actually aim. I think we've spoken about that, and you were like, interesting on your bunkers, you do it like that. But
Yeah, I remember.
So
wide and drop the foot back. Yeah, just try that. And just feel, basically, if you go to the top of the swing now and stop, can you feel like you've moved a bit more this way? Like
yeah,
you've
it's
rotated
kind of turned
that.
a little bit.
Very good.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Like,
I mean, that stopped like a bag of sugar there, didn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
Butterfly with sore feet.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that was a lot more height, considering like I would try and play that cutting across it.
Yeah, exactly. The reason I thought about, because obviously you were saying about getting steep there as well, you had one that kind of just cut up and went nowhere.
Yeah.
What I see a lot in good players who don't quite get this shot is they kind of think, well, I'll open up and cut across it. Well, that will get the ball up.
It's hard to control how far that's
the speed control you've got to have has got to be unbelievably good, because what you had there is you've hit down this way and the ball, you probably felt it, but the ball went this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of it slides off the face.
It goes
sometimes.
diagonally up the face this way. Now, when you drop the foot back and you're more in from you're coming in square, but it's going to feel more from the inside from you. Okay, you're not going to get that. You're going to get the ball going more this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not going to get it sliding so far.
No, it makes sense.
Go on. How about that front pin then? So that is really, really tough there.
So how I would get this even higher is I'm now opening the face more, right?
Do you, I don't know if you think about this, but do you stand further away from the ball? Do you think about that?
I've never thought about that, but maybe I could.
Because what happens is, you see,
drop the hands a little
yeah, exactly. So if you want to hit it higher, I think the easiest way to do it, I still drop the foot this way for you, but when you get lower here, can you see how you need to open the face more this way? Yeah. You probably do that instinctively.
I do that, I know. And obviously in bunkers, when I open the face loads, I know I have to drop the hands.
Yeah. But same sort of idea, just turn that right side of the torso, nice and shallow, and release it. Great shot. Great shot from that lie. Has that gone in?
No.
Close?
Close. I like this, Dan.
Yeah, it's good. You're a good player.
It's like there, I kind of missed the strike, and I feel like on the other one that would have been in there.
Because the ground's giving away too much that way,
But this, yeah,
I
like
mean,
that's not.
These aren't friendly lies, are they?
If I came up to the course on this, I'd be like, please. I'd be cat-handed like this, bumping it into the slope.
Just 30 feet.
Yeah.
Like that setup. Come on, rotate, release it. Beautiful, Annabel. That is world class.
Wow.
World class.
You know what? That was pretty good.
Any better than that?
That was pretty good.
So I think what you've got to understand, that you play across so many different conditions, don't you? Grass changes, the ground changes. And I think if you can understand steepening ingredients, which are narrow and swinging across.
So when would be the right time to be steep?
So if you're definitely on a really tight lie,
Yeah.
and you need to get into the back of it, if you're on a down slope,
Yeah.
if you're in the sand where it's pretty compact,
Yeah.
maybe if you're playing off some loose soil,
Yeah.
you know. But really, if the lie isn't too bad and the ground's fairly soft, you really want to be working it much more this way, which is what you're doing now. And that allows the ball to come down much, much softer.
Yeah.
So you got to know the shallow ingredient. The shallow ingredients are aiming to the right, being wider with more rotation, and more release this way. Steepening ingredients, so where you're open this way and you're up with your arms and you're driving down. So it's reading the lie and understanding what ingredients you need to put in place. Good. Very good. Almost went up my left nostril.
I know. This is amazing.
Got one more.
I'm enjoying this now. I don't normally enjoy chipping, I must say.
But I think, are you clear on when you would change? 'Cause I think that's the big point in this video. I 100%, if you're a bit jittery around the greens, try left below right, because I think it will help.
Yeah,
you.
it will.
But what we're actually saying is it's not for every shot.
No, because if you're stretching it, that one that we did there, that was hard for me with left below back, because I'm like, it's on the edge of me stretching it, you know?
Yeah.
And you start to catch them thin and stuff like that, because obviously you're like, you know, coming out of your normal sort of swing shape. So for me, depends what club you've got in your hand, but over 25 yards, I'm like, okay, this is, I need to start changing my, if I need spin, I'm definitely changing, and height, I'm definitely changing my hands back around.
You can release it and create the spin that way a lot more when you're in the club swing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Go on, one more. Yeah, good. Absolutely superb. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Barely a divot was
We'll
taken.
take that.
That's good.
We'll
And
take
listen, you had a great win last year.
Yeah.
On the Irish Open.
The Irish Open. Yeah.
Brilliant. And how did you feel? Because you'd had just a terrible run of injuries. I remember when we played, you had this big strapping. We played a few weeks ago. You had to strapping on your thumb. You were kind of coming back and rehabbing on that. And you know, you went and won. I mean, did you feel it was coming? Were you trending?
I was in practice. Like when we played, I didn't play too bad. I played pretty well. I didn't score unbelievable. I was playing good. I'd been playing good at home for a while, but there's a big difference, isn't there? Playing good at home and then actually taking it out under pressure. Exactly. And you know, I was filming the Adidas documentary, and I felt a lot of pressure on me. And it was the week after we stopped filming, you know, and it was almost like I just thought, screw it, I'm going out to play.
Yeah.
And I just went and played, and you know, people showed me back the footage of how were you so relaxed, and I was like, I don't really know. I don't really know. It's kind of like I felt like I had, you know, it's a strong position when you feel like you're coming out and you've got nothing to lose. It's like.
And how did that final round feel? Because you were you had the lead, didn't you, quite early on?
Yeah.
And you just kept your foot down.
I kept my foot down. I tried not to look at the leaderboards, even though it's near enough impossible. You know, you're still leading because people are out there. You can hear what the fans are saying to you. Especially with my Irish heritage and things like that, I can hear the fans. You know, willing me on, and that was quite a lot of pressure, because I was like, I want to do it for me, for them. But having my dad on the bag was like. It was special, and for me, I lost in a playoff with my dad on the bag before. You know, my dad works full time still, so it's not like he can come out with me every week. So he's taking holiday caddying for me. And when I got in that playoff, I was like, there is no way I am leaving today without this trophy. I am not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. So
what a life memory you've created there.
I know. It's not many people get to say they have that memory of their dad. So
incredible.
Yeah.
And ambitions for this year?
Win again, obviously. I want to try and get out in the States.
Yeah,
I feel like my game suits America more, so fingers crossed.
You're a power player. I mean, you know, you're tee to green, you're solid.
Yeah, which
solid.
I think it suits out there. You know, it's kind of like more of a bombers courses out there and things like that. So yeah, we need to get another win again this year for sure.
Okay. Well, I wish you the very best of luck.
Thanks,
It's been
Dan.
a fantastic sort of short game today. Hopefully a few bits you can take into your game as well.
100%, 100%.
Brilliant. Keep at it. Always been one of my favourites. Thank you, Annabel.
Thanks, Dan.
See you next time. All right.
Yeah. Cheers.